Hello and welcome to the show. I am here today going to be taking a look at the new, Mudrunner game. This is Expeditions, which is a little bit different to the previous ones. I was very curious about this. I enjoyed Mudrunner, enjoyed SnowRunner. I thought they were fantastic games. There were some things that I liked a little bit less about them, and I was hoping this was going to sort of fill that. And it's gone a different direction to the way that I was hoping it was going to go, but that's not to say it's not fun. At the end of the day, it is the same as you would expect. It is about trying to negotiate some horrible terrain with a variety of off-road vehicles. So I'm still in the relatively... go back. Still in the relatively early stages of this one. Now, what does it want us to do here? So there are a bunch of missions for us to be going to do, some expeditions, if you will, for us to go and complete. For this, we are going, there's a unique building in this region. It's built a long time ago and is now gradually falling apart. We want to preserve it as long as possible, make it a tourist attraction. But let's start by monitoring the weather in more detail so that we have time to react. Okay, that we can do. So we're going to go here. Now, before you go on an expedition, you are going to have to select the vehicles that you want to sort of take with you. You can bring up to 4. For this, it needs us to carry a portable weather station thing. I think it wanted us to have an off-road truck. So we're going to go for this big thing. I don't know anything about the trucks, but this is what we've got. The Step 310E. Now, before we do begin, I don't think the meteorological thing is it's not one of those. So you've got your customization as you have seen before. Some interesting features. I quite like this bit where you can have that, and then you can have kind of have a flatbed along with other parts. So we've got this small Kung that kind of brings some spare parts and spare wheels. I've got the money. Let's go for it. You have a living quarters so you can skip the night, which is quite neat, depending on what you are trying to do. So we've got that. I think that should now work. And yes, the things that it wants us to do, in fact, we'll get out of this menu to make it a little bit easier to see. So before you begin your expedition, you can load up your vehicles with stuff that you want to take. Now for this, we need to take a portable meteor station. We need 2 of them, so that's going to have to go on there. Things that are worthwhile bringing: the jack screws. These will help right your truck if it gets stuck. The anchors are always a good idea to bring some of these along, as they will help you get yourself. I'm going to bring 3 just in case you get stuck. Help you because they're sort of single use. Help you get unstuck from areas if there are no trees around. Certainly where we are going, first of all, there is not much in the way of trees. We can also choose to bring extra fuel along. Probably not a bad idea in a big thirsty truck. We can bring some repair points, but I think we should be good. Actually, I think we'll do some in that extra part on our vehicle. But we are well prepared for this expedition. Now, I could bring other vehicles as well. I think we're just going to need this one to do the job, really. You can also bring along crew. These have various benefits. So for example, this one here, we have to bring a mechanic. So this guy has a bigger radius for setting up for the anchors if we need them. Gets to get more of them. They've all got their own. So as you go through, you unlock these. They've all got their own extra things. This person gives you less fuel consumption. Fantastic. That's what I want. I want that. Can you come work on my Audi, please? RS6 is very thirsty. I would like minus 15% fuel consumption. But yeah, so you get these crew, you can bring them along. As you go through the game, you'll get access to better crew to help you on the expedition. And you'll have to select the right ones to potentially help. We're still in the very early game here, so it's all fairly straightforward in terms of selection. Right, so we are going to the South Outpost. Sure. Let's go for a wander. What could go wrong? I can give you the answer to that, and the answer is everything. We can get stuck. We can fall over. Here we are. We are in the world. And immediately, we're going to have to go that way. And I'm going to figure out roughly where I want to head. Because, we're going to be battling lots of rocks, which I don't like the thought of. I guess... So, one of the little frustrations with the map on the SnowRunner, Mudrunner games is fantastic. I don't like how the icon for your truck now sits over where your truck is. I know it's only a minor thing, but it can be sometimes helpful for orienting yourself in areas you don't particularly know. Now, you have played Mudrunner, SnowRunner in the past. You will be relatively familiar with everything. There are some new features. Of course, you've still got your, low range, diff locks, all of that kind of requirements for the gearbox. The customization for the trucks, there's a little bit more on it, but it will also all feel very familiar to you as you go through. We do have, am I going to be able to, actually, I'm never going to be able to climb up this. I swear the map made this look like it wasn't particularly, oh, must not all-wheel drive, Christ. Because the map didn't make this look particularly bad. Oh, there we go. It's a very capable truck. It's a very, very capable truck. So yeah, you won't be following the roads as much for here. There'll be a lot more kind of making your own path to be doing. But yeah, so other new features. If we go over here, you can. I do like the little menu for like refueling the truck and how you use your repair points. You can also change tire pressure. You can reduce the tire pressure. You can see visibly how much of a difference it can make on the vehicle. So if you get stuck in the mud, you can reduce the tire pressure. Of course, you don't want to be running it on really low tire pressure all the time because that'll just burn through your fuel. I presume that is technology trucks have. Like these sort of extreme off-roading, I presume it is something. I guess all you need is an air compressor on board and hooked up somehow. I feel like it would be doable. I can't say I've ever come across it, but I'm also sitting here thinking like it's not the most out there. It's not the most outlandish thing. I imagine some extreme off-road trucks are capable of such things. Right, so we have got to head. I was just following directly to it, but I will get stuck falling off of that ledge if I'm not careful. Not sure whether this would be quite top heavy. I feel like it would probably topple over with this weird middle part of the truck. Good old days of SnowRunner, especially the fuel trucks. Oh, you want me to go up there? Oh, bugger. Yep, you do. Right, okay. I mean, honestly, that way there probably looks as good as any, I would say. If we just angle it up here, this truck should be more than capable of doing this climb. Oh, here we go. Also, this is I'm playing a little bit of an early access sort of build of this. It's actually sometimes a little bit funny. I'm presuming that'll be something that is sorted come release, because they do sometimes seem to blur out, fuzz out a little bit, and then come back. I don't know quite why. I have discovered a new climb. You are not wrong, game, and I am climbing said new climb. Ooh, this was like a little bit of a fiddly climb, actually, for the big truck. Before driving this, I was driving around in one of the little scout trucks, and you're less worried about falling over with them. This, I'm a slight bit more concerned, although it is remarkably capable. Having, we didn't have to put the diff locks on. Admittedly, it's not muddy, at least, on that climb. So that is something. Right, here is this. I mean, the road build is kind of cool. I'm not sure you're going to be able to make a tourist attraction in the complete middle of bloody nowhere. Good luck to you. But there we go. Now we can do this little. So we go for like a little cutscene. It's a little bit like when you got to the what's it called? Like research towers. Not research towers. The map. I can't remember what they're called now. Lookout towers. Something. What were they called? My mind is drawing a blank. So yeah, this is the building. Yep, we found some stairs. I mean, it's a cool little thing. I mean, in the couple of sort of missions I've been doing so far, like one was you had to go around sort of scouting a plane wreck and trying to find like the black box and so on. I can't do it with this vehicle, but there is like a metal detector that you can put on some of the scout vehicles, and you can have that sort of ping locations for either upgrades or for stuff around the place, which is quite fun. Over we go. Right, I do feel like, I'm not going to lie here, so we've come to this place to try and install a meteor station, and I am just driving over random walls that are probably part of this old building with my massive heavy-duty truck. Right, we will install the portable weather station. There you go. I hope that is anchored down. I feel like one strong breeze and your very expensive equipment goes falling into the ravine. But never mind. I will run over your wall again. Thankfully, whoever built this wall knew what they were doing. They knew they would maybe one day have to deal with a very heavy truck. Now I do like these sort of star missions. As much as I enjoyed SnowRunner, my biggest problem with it is that certainly for a lot of the time you were just doing pick up a bunch of wood or pick up a bunch of metal, drive it was just deliver stuff and deliver a large amount, go backwards and forwards a bunch of times. And while it was fun to do, it was fun to mess around with friends, it lost my interest. I'm sure there were other missions along the way, but just the sheer number of them put me off it. Really put me off it. And while, it's a driving game, right? You're going to be doing a lot of driving. I do like, so far, the variety of kind of missions we've had to go. And because there's no set roads, you are having to figure out where to go. For example, here, I don't really know what I'm doing. I guess I'm going to have to go down the climb. We just went up. Get over there. There's no... It doesn't look too bad to get up over that side, to be honest with you. What I was hoping when I heard about this game sort of being expedition, personally, I was hoping this to be more along the lines of incredibly difficult to navigate roads. There have been a few mods I played for on SnowRunner that were, and probably more on Mudrunner, that were sort of a single road that was just an incredible challenge to get your vehicle down. I was hoping to see more of that. Now, there may be some of that here, but the majority of everything I've seen so far is more about negotiating the landscape and figuring out ways through it, which is fun in its own right. It just wasn't quite what I was hoping for, perhaps, from the game. I would... My favourite things certainly with the Mudrunner mods were the sort of, here is a really narrow road, here's a really technical fiddly road, see if you can do it, or maybe see if you can do it with a big vehicle, or with a silly big truck, and all of that kind of stuff is what I found most interesting and exciting. I was hoping this was going to sort of delve into that, but I do like the exploring, I do like the whole finding your own path, figuring out your own way around here, maybe making some some routes here and there up that work for your truck. Are we going to be able to climb up this bit? I can go to low range and just diff lock it. That should probably do it. Then there we go. Nicely done. Nicely done, truck. We are clear, and we can go back into just normal, possibly normal driving mode. Is there a way through the middle here? I think so. I don't want to have to try to climb over these rocks. I feel like I'm not... Oh... Now, one of the things I have done a lot on this game is get myself stuck in going into like crevices like that and just beaching my trucks. Now this looks a little dicey, but I think this is probably the slightly better way to go. We're slightly less likely to get stuck. Sometimes that's what you have to go for, just a little bit less likely to get stuck. And we will get to the... It's an impressive view, I'm not going to lie, from up here. We will place the little meteor station. There we go, look at that. It can, or meteorological, not meteor station. Well, maybe it calls in meteors, who knows? Maybe they've got some special powers. And there we go. Fairly straightforward mission. Now, not all of the... not all of the gameplay, if you will, is just these missions. There are... things you can find around on the map. I haven't unlocked free mode yet for this area, so I can't just... Well, I mean, you can start a quest and then just go for a wander. I don't actually know whether it lets me... Does it let me go here? Kind of, it does. Yeah, we haven't gone here whatsoever. So, sure, I haven't seen this map at all. We've just been important equipment nearby. Never mind what dropped. It means it was a small logistical miscalculation. It should take... you all of 20 minutes. All right, let's go test this one, shall we? Now, this one here reckons we need a scout truck. I don't know if I've got a crazy amount unlocked yet. Possibly not. Okay, we haven't got some of these. So there's a good selection. There's a good selection of trucks hanging around. That thing looks like an absolute beast. There are some... Yeah, serious. I don't think they're not quite as crazy heavy duty as we saw in SnowRunner because they are designed more for exploring than for outright off-roading capabilities, shall we say. Right, so we'll take one of those, we'll take one of some of those, we'll take a little bit of fuel. Oh, do I take repair? I can't put these in the inventory. Don't know whether we can. I can't put a roof rack on it yet. God damn it. Guess we're going to take the metal detector, the silly metal detector. We'll keep the. I do like that you got these. I like that you got these like reinforced bumpers, and as you can see, they have a use. Not only do they maybe keep you alive a little bit longer, but they've got slots so I can take more things. So for example, here I can take some spare parts or some fuel. Probably spare parts, maybe on this. It's neat little things like that. Kind of, it feels so far to me. It feels like there's a little bit more. I say customization for your vehicle. It has a little bit more of an effect. I do like the inventory way it's worked on here, and it wants a logistician. There we go. That one. Christ, that's a difficult word to say. Right. Go on then. You can apparently go and help us on this map here. Let us start the expedition. I do apologise. Dagon's going mad in the background. I don't know what she's meowing about. She is just very keen to inform you of her opinions on off-road exploration, I guess. I imagine her opinions being she wants to be the one exploring. Right, Christ, this place already looks vastly different. Well, it looks a lot muddier. First thing that springs to mind is mud. The mud. Oh, God, there's so much mud. Compared to where we were. Now, I believe I haven't actually gone too much into these, but so you can improve the bases where you spawn, the little sort of hubs for each of the maps. You can improve these. You can spend money to upgrade these, which is quite cool. So you'll gradually grow your operation as you go along, getting the bases bigger, having more access to more parts and whatnot. Might be a little bit foolish bringing just one vehicle, because if I get stuck, I have to kind of airlift it back to the base. So if you get completely stuck, you can sort of reset yourself, tow your vehicle back to the garage. It'll cost money if you haven't brought things that can right you or fix it. So you got to be a little bit careful with it. You want to do a minimal amount of that, if at all possible. Right, here we go. Now, it's so ingrained in me that this is a dumb idea from playing SnowRunner that it's still taking me a little while to get used to actually the point of the game is to go exploring. That's not the fault of the game. Having played SnowRunner and Mudrunner for so long, when you try and take a shortcut, 9 times out of 10 you get stuck. Right, most of the time you're supposed to follow the roads. Now, some shortcuts work, but a lot of the time when you take a shortcut, you just get stuck. You get wedged, things go wrong. And it's really weird in some ways for me to be like, right, okay, here's the checkpoint. Okay, just going to figure out a way over the terrain, through the shrubbery in this case. Please tell me. Oh, no, I'm not going to play with the water. That's fine. No. Clonk. Hello. Yep, I'm heading this way. I'm falling over. Nope. We're fine. I was saved by a tree. I think I've impaled myself on a tree. Hello. Okay, it didn't impale itself in the radiator. That would be a bad thing. That wouldn't be very helpful at all. It's certainly quite a pretty game. This one, we got sort of sunset going on. It does sort of look like a bit like a mystical forest with the sort of pinky glow occurring, which is cool. Though we are struggling here. Oh, because I've not got all-wheel drive turned on. I forget that it doesn't automatically turn on all-wheel drive. But eventually I will remember. Another thing, I'm going to point this out, right, because it's never explicitly said in the game. You just kind of press buttons until you figure it out. If you want to get your headlights on, it's right button and click in the right stick. It's never actually, as far as I can tell, unless I missed it at some point, it wasn't in the SnowRunner either. It's never explicitly said how to turn the headlights on. And I was messing around with some early missions, and I just couldn't see very much. And I was looking through all the buttons, and I remembered SnowRunner has a weird combination, so I pressed a bunch of buttons, and that's how you get the headlights on. Every other action is sort of talked about and shown. Like if you hold the right button, it shows you, but there's nowhere it normally tells you about the headlights. We just got ourselves beached on some rocks. Come on, little vehicle. Are you going to be capable of this climb? I hope so. I mean, we have got low range if we get really stuck. Well, we can do the tyre deflation if we really need to. Come on. Oh, it's pretty damn good, this vehicle. It is pretty damn good indeed. Well done. Well done, little car. Well done indeed. As we get to the top of the mountain, there's so many hidden rocks for us to crash into and get beached on. At least this map there are trees for us to winch ourselves to. That cloud. Never mind. Don't mind me. I've discovered an airdrop. Hello. I don't quite know what you want. I think you wanted that. So the quartz we can sell for money. The jack thing is useful if we get stuck. And dotted around the map are plenty of these. So some of the quests are go to them, but if you want to go exploring, you will find plenty of them. And I don't know what all of them might contain. Contain valuable stuff, contain some sort of like supplies and whatnot. But yeah, there are plenty of them to explore. The little metal detector on the roof will help you find those kind of things. This is going to be a sketchy one, I presume. Oh, no, you don't want me to go quite where I was expecting. Of the mission types they have, the explore an area is my least favourite. It's quite frustrating. There's a big circle on the map, and you've got to go over there. You basically just drive around in that circle for a little while, and then all of a sudden you've driven around that circle enough, and then you kind of just move on. I don't know. It's not my favourite type of mission. Give me a specific drive to a location. Give me a recovery of a truck, or find a way up to a building, and so on. I like that. They just wander about aimlessly for a little bit. There's no real way of telling if you're covering the same ground, if you're covering a bit of new ground. You just kind of blindly stumble and hope the percentage number is going up. Oh, that's a deep bit of mud, I guess, down there. We got ourselves going again. It's a capable little car, this. The scout vehicles, generally good fun to drive. You know, they've got... whoa. Because they're so light in relation to the sort of vehicles you are normally driving on this game, they're surprisingly manoeuvrable. You don't know where we're going to how we're going to get through these trees. There's going to be a path somewhere here, maybe, or I'm just blindly stumbling through the forest, as you do. See, the percentage has gone up. So I'm aiming for the little marker, just because that's the centre point for here. But the percentage is going up slowly. That's a tree. Can I get out of said tree? Now, one of the slight downsides for the game, at launch, there is no multiplayer, which is a little bit of a shame, to be honest. The game is fun solo on its own, but it is generally much more entertaining with others. Mostly because you get yourself stuck and in trouble, and then you spend more time rescuing each other. But it's funny trying to rescue stricken trucks and the like. Yeah, there is no co-op, no multiplayer at the moment, but that is on the way, which I will very much look forward to, trundling around some of these maps and probably doing silly things. Sadly, my wonderful twin steer is no longer a thing. Have we gone out of it? No, we're still in the circle. Yeah, can't go. Not that the twin steer is what I want, judging through the path that I have just gone around. Not sure you want a twin steer for. I feel like that probably wouldn't work. Do I need to drive down this bit? Is this bit still in the circle? Not really, no. Maybe it's only that way I need to go. So this is why I don't like these bits. This quest type, because it's kind of very... it doesn't really give you much information. You're just blindly stumbling. No. Come on, turn. Dagon is having opinions again. I don't know whether the microphone's picking it up. Dagon's opinions are loud and loud. That's it. Oh, mind the water. Other cool gadgets that we have got. Do I have any with me that I can show off? Okay, we've got a drone for exploring. Drone is cool for finding points of interest, just exploring around. Probably good for planning routes as well if things get a bit more technical and a bit trickier. You've got binoculars that you can use to figure out again where you are going. Probably not going to use it all that much, but it's cool to have. I do like some other technical finding stuff. I do like the echo sound. I don't know if we're close enough. Okay, you can kind of see it. This will help you determine if water is safe to go through. I don't know if there is. Again, I don't know anything about off-road vehicles, but so I don't know if there is this sort of. This feels like very, very fancy technology for these trucks to have, but it's useful for trying to plan routes, find if a lake or a puddle or whatever is safe to cross without actually having to wade into it, get yourself stuck, and then causing all sorts of issues. Okay, not supposed to go that way. I think if I try and hug this tree line, this might hit the required percentage of. Oh, cut through there. Come on. God, can I get... Oh, I have many tools. Can I get a chainsaw to get down some of these trees out of the... What am I stuck on? Oh, did I bump on the left-hand tree? I think we did. Yep. Okay, there's a gap. We found it. We are on the move. We are on the move, and I don't think this is where it... Whoa! Uh-oh. No, behave now. Behave, little car. This would probably be in a place to use the echo sounder. Let's try. Oh, I will never remember to use it because it's going to take so long for my brain to get used to having new things to deal with. I mean, around the back of... I'm guessing around the back of this isn't quite where it wants us to go. We've got to 97% now. What... I don't know if I can actually get out of here. Power? No, not that there is much. Oh. No visible... Oh, damn it. Did we pull down the one thing that I could winch to? Come on. Climb, climb, climb. There's a rock in the way. The rock to the left, I think we can climb, but it just fires us to the rock on the right. Oh, that tree looks usable. Nope, that tree looks like it's going to try and kill us. And as is the traditional SnowRunner experience, wiggle and drive. There we go. We made it. We're out. We're free. We can move. We're going to go around the back here. Hope that at some point I manage to magically ding that 100%. Try and not fall off this cliff face, because while it would be funny, I would be very stuck. And there we go. So yeah, look, I don't know why. I don't know why. Why does it want me to do that? I literally, all I've done is explore for a while, and then okay, now back to base. It could have just sent me back to base. You know, put missions, put tasks or whatever if you want me to go through an area. Yeah. Anyway, I digress. I think we can just... If we can carve our way through here... Okay, it will actually just drop us out, I think, where I want to be. Yes, okay, there is a way out there. Making sure there wasn't, like, rocks or something in the way. These things look like the sort of obstacles that can really damage your... Sort of... You're going to do, like, 3 or 4 hit points of damage, but over time, that very, very quickly adds up. Especially with like a low hit point vehicle such as this. The fuel is, despite being relatively economical, small tank means we are draining the fuel tank from this mission. I have actually run out of fuel a couple of times in this game because I've just lost track of what I was doing, wandering about with a scout car. And turns out, yeah, they can burn through their fuel if if you're not paying attention. And there we go. Relatively straightforward mission. That one. But you get an idea. You get an idea. An interesting take. An interesting take on the SnowRunner, Mudrunner games. I think there's going to be plenty of fun to be had with this one. Wasn't quite what I was expecting, and a couple of the explore missions are a bit annoying, if I'm being honest. But, yeah, if you like your big off-road trucking and silly events along the way, silly sort of challenges along the way, you are going to have fun with this one. If you liked SnowRunner, you liked Mudrunner, there's a pretty damn good chance you are going to enjoy this. There's some different challenges for you to negotiate, and yeah, I am sure once we get co-op and trying to navigate paths with multiple trucks around is going to be quite a good laugh. But there's certainly plenty of fun to be had just exploring the map and trying to see what you can get the vehicles to do, really. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching. And until next time, goodbye.